Hey there, team. So you are struggling to connect with your remote workers, your remote team. Here's the key to keeping them inspired. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'll show you how to transform your remote team from disengaged to inspired. So let's talk about what's not working first and foremost. The most common approach that I see people taking, and we'll talk about why it doesn't work as well. Most leaders indulge in endless Zoom meetings to stay connected. They'll send motivational emails filled with quotes from, let's say, Tony Robbins. And I know I do this myself. They offer virtual pizza parties, and, no one likes watching other people eat pizza through a screen. Spoiler, it's true. It's true. Look, these are great, just not on their own. They're surface level fixes. They don't address the real challenge that comes with remote work. And the biggest part of that, we need to create a deep sense of purpose for each of our team members. We need to create connection and need to create belonging. That's the biggest thing here, belonging in a remote environment. So they don't work because, well, the things you're doing right now don't work because you can't just copy paste in office engagement tactics in a remote setup. I mean, in theory, sure, it sounds great. The hard truth is it just doesn't work. What does that mean? Our remote employees will often feel isolated, unseen, and uninspired. And I know with my remote team, I have been guilty of making them feel this way myself. Motivation isn't about flashy perks or more virtual FaceTime. It's about giving them the why behind their work and making them feel genuinely valued, even if they're thousands of miles away. So now we've spoken about the problem, let's talk about what we can do about it. The key to inspiring your remote team is to build trust and purpose into every interaction. Now, that might sound really simple. Here's the thing, you got to be intentional about it. It's not just going, oh, yeah, I can do that, right? It's about everything you do has to work or be with intention. Okay. So let's talk about doing it step by step. Let me get my screen share happening. And we'll talk about how we roll this out step by step. So we have to start with intentionality or with the right intention. But here's how we roll it out step by step. So everyone needs to know their purpose. We have to start with purpose. And let me take it a little bit of a step further for you. Why does what I'm doing matter? So if one of my team members, for example, has worked on a major project, when we get feedback about that, I give it to them straight away. Traditionally, I've seen with my clients, you know, the team member will get the work done and then that's it. They do the thing and they don't hear about it again. We've got to let our team members know why what they're doing on a daily basis matters, not just to our organization, not just to our company, but to the clients that they're working for as well. We need to connect their work to the bigger picture and make it personal. Second thing I'll bring up, and this might seem obvious, two-way communication. So we need to foster two-way comms. So what that means is you can't talk at people. You've got to ask questions like, what's working for you? Was that helpful? What's not working? What's draining you? So listen and then act on their feedback. So I know, for example, there are certain members in my team who thrive on certain types of work and who struggle with other types of work. So when we're doing planning, when we're planning who gets to work with what client, we're very intentional about that. We're very strategic about that. It doesn't always land 100% the way we want it to because the work does need to get done. But the more intentional we can be and the more we listen and act on feedback, the better off we are. Next one, I'll say celebrate wins. Now, it's not just about going, hey guys, guess what? We did this thing, well done. It's about being very intentional with small wins, the small wins in team meetings, or maybe even creating a virtual kudos board so that people can call each other out. And that's something that my team are really, really great at. When someone does something well, they call each other out on it. They'll say, hey, you did a really amazing job there. And, it might be something that I might have missed normally, but they're really good at letting me know when one of the others does something really well. So creating that culture of celebrating when we do things really well is so, so important. And a little bit of recognition goes a long way. The next thing I'll say is ownership. Empowering your team to have ownership. So trust them to take care of their tasks. For example, I was just overseas and I had two of my team members working on a task that they'd never done before. And I just said, hey guys, I trust you. Go and give it a go. Just go and give it a crack. If it doesn't work the first time, that's no worries. If it doesn't work the fifth time, that's okay. You've learned something. Autonomy inspires creativity, which leads to better results and higher engagement, right? The next thing I'll say, finally here, the right tools. So a conversation that I'm always having with my team and encouraging my clients to have with their teams is asking what tools they need. And if they find a tool that will do the job better, I encourage them to let me know. So we use platforms that make communication seamless and transparent. So I know that I can go and jump on our Trello board, for example, and be 100% certain of where we are at any given point with a particular client. We also use WhatsApp internally to communicate because that means that I can answer them straight away, no matter whether I'm at my computer or I'm at a business meeting. Straight away, I can get back to them. So I share those stories and examples from my team and also our clients because it's so important that we get these things right. So remembering that we can't just chop and change or like copy paste, I should say, between what we do in person versus online. It's really important that we treat them different because they are different and do things in a way that is intentional and also fit for purpose for the platforms that we're using. So team, if you want a way that you can inspire your remote team faster, I'd love to get you across a copy of our remote team engagement playbook. It's packed with checklists and templates, as well as strategies, the practical things that you need to help you to build a motivated, high-performing team from absolutely anywhere. Remember, inspiration is not accidental, it's intentional. So with these steps, you'll not only inspire your remote team, you'll also create a culture that they don't want to leave. Make it happen. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.